So today we'll be seeing Samatvam Yoga Uchyate also. So let's enter into the Gita. So today, Shri Mahi Ghora Kavi will be my echo. So now, Shri Mahi, chant you yourself, verse 47. Karmanyeva adhikaraste.
Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuः ma te sangostva karmani.
Good. So, what is Buddhi Yoga? Our Lord is declaring, Karmani eva adhikarahate, meaning your choice. Your choice is only in doing action. You have the power only to perform. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You have no choice in the results. You can't pick your results. No choice. And then, ma karma phala hetur bhu. Do not worry over the results. Don't worry about the results. And also, do not selfishly look for the results. Your motive should not be only for the fruits. Do not work only for fruits. And finally, mate sangostu akarmani. Don't be attached to inaction, laziness. Don't be lazy. What a wonderful verse. This is Buddhi Yoga. Now look at the ma phaleshu kadachana. You have no choice to choose your results. Result is because majority work only for the results. So result is not in our hand. You have no choice to choose over the fruits. You cannot choose your results because results are based on the laws. Now, if you analyze, what is result? What is result? Action, karma, action plus time, kala. Karma plus kala. Action plus time is result. Isn't it? You do an action, you do karma, and then over a period of time, you get the result. So action plus time is equal to result. And whether you want the result or not, result shall come. Because result is the reaction of your own action. Results are based on the laws. Now, example, very good example you can think about. Think about this example. Now, your hands, your palms, bringing together very gently, very slowly, and joining the palms together without any force, no sound shall come. That is the law. When you bring the hands slowly together, when palms together, no sound. But if you bring the same palms together with the force, see that? Sound shall come. That is the law. This law we know, therefore I'm giving it. If you know the law, then you will not even expect the result because you will act according to the law. And people who don't know the law, and this man who told me, Swamiji, I did namaste to him and he got very angry. Who can get angry when you say namaste? What did you, how did you do namaste? I said, namaste. Namaste, I did. No wonder he got angry. Be thankful that he didn't kick you. No, gently, if you are joining, it's a namaste. But if you forcefully are joining, it cannot be namaste. You're not following the law. Action will be there accordingly, based on the other side. And Swami has been giving how many days? Today is 4th day. Wonderful talks. And some few people will clap with the force. With the force, they'll clap. And majority, no sound will, because not following the law. With the force, if you clap, then it's applaud. Yeah. That too, some even only finger. I said they're doing raga on their applaud in raga. Talam. They're putting talam on their palm. So therefore, we always understand results are based on the laws. And the glory of karma yogis, their glory is they are not interested in the results. They do not crave for results. Their focus is in the very action. They love and enjoy the very action. They're working from joy, not for joy. They're working from happiness, not for happiness. And when you're enjoying the very action, the result is extra, a bonus, extra bonus. Therefore, hey Arjuna, what you should do. Next verse 48. Let's chant. Yogastha kuru karmani.
Yogastha kuru karmani.
Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya.
Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya.
Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva.
Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva.
Samatvam yoga uchyate.
Samatvam yoga uchyate.
So yogastha kuru karmani. Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Hey Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya also means fire. The general meaning Dhananjaya means Dhanam Jayati, conqueror of wealth. But Dhananjaya also means fire. So Krishna says, oh Arjuna, oh fire, oh fireman, burn your selfishness and selfish desires. Yogastaha san. Yeah. Yogastaha kuru karmani, meaning yogastaha san means being established in yoga. Kuru karmani. So yogastaha san karmani kuru. Established in yoga, do your actions, perform your obligatory duties, fulfill your responsibilities. Kuru karmani. What karma? Because we being hyper, we may do all sorts of karmas. Kuru karmani means kartavya karma. Fulfill only your responsibilities. Established in Buddhi Yoga, fulfill your responsibilities. Offer your talents. Like you're offering in the Yajna or in Puja. Offer your talents in the service of the society. And when I am not lazy, my talent becomes blatant. Because my talents are God's gift. What I have is His. What I have at the BMI level is his gift. What I have as so-and-so, all the talents of so-and-so is God's gift. If I know that it is God's gift, I will not abuse and misuse. So what I have is God's gift. And what I do with what I have is my offering to God, my gift to God. This is called Karma Yoga. And since there are no selfish desire prompted activities, since I have no desire prompted activities, therefore no worries at all. Remember the Somu? So anxious. What's your age? Somu. And what's your name? 22. See how that anxieties. Because he's there, if I don't get the job, no Subbu, no flat. And my Subbu will be flat. You know, what a tragedy. How we are destroying our own success. That we are destroying our welfare by our own anxieties and worries. Therefore, when there are no anxieties and worries, the performance will be spectacular. Therefore, Arjuna, yogastaha san, kuru karmani, sangam tyaktva, dhananjaya, without attachment to the fruits of action. Without I and I want. I means selfishness. I want means selfish desires. This selfishness and selfish desires is the greatest disease. It's a, what do you call, more than a pandemic. It has been coming for generations. The same pandemic of what? Selfishness, selfish desires. And the only Buddhi Yoga is the vaccination. See that? So, hey Dhananjaya, burn your selfishness and selfish desires. Burn your attachment to the fruits of action. You conquered the outer wealth. Therefore, you got the title Dhananjaya, conqueror of wealth. You conquer this inner wealth of attitude, the loving attitude of Buddhi Yoga. Sangam Tyaktva. Sangam, attachment. Attachment, I and I want. I means selfishness. I want means selfish desires. Gurudev used to say, how many times I had told. This is the 108th time I'm telling, he will always tell us. But still we are attached. And whenever we help anyone, we expect. By mistake, we may help also. But still we expect when we help. Then you may say, Swamiji, is it wrong to expect? When I'm helping somebody, is it wrong to expect even a thank you? Just a thank you. Is it wrong to expect? You may expect, but if you don't get it, if the other person doesn't thank you, you will feel miserable. This happened in the bus. One middle-aged man, maybe in his 40s. He was sitting and he saw one lady entering the bus. When he saw the lady entering, he being a gentleman, he thought he's a gentleman, and he stood up and offered his seat to the lady. And the lady sat down. Just sat down. She did not even say thank you. It was the duty. She had to say thank you, but she didn't say. She just sat down and she was looking in her purse. This man who offered the seat, he was shocked. I offered the seat. No, thank you. She just sat down. So he was looking at her. Then he bent down to her and ma'am, he said, and she looked up. Ma'am, did you say something? She said, no, I didn't say anything. Again, he was standing in the bus. After some time, Again, he bent down and asked, "Ma'am, did you say something?" She said, "No, I didn't say." "And why are you asking this? What do you mean, say something?" The man said, "I thought you said thank you." What a misery, expecting thank you and feel miserable if I don't get a thank you. Pathetic thank you. And even now, if she says, "Oh, thank you," she said, what is the use? It was her duty to say thank you. But if she did not say it, why should I feel miserable? I did my part. If the other person doesn't do their part, now all others who are watching, what will they feel? What a gentleman. He offered the seat and she did not even recognize. She did not even acknowledge with a thank you. And all others will feel, next time we should never give a seat to anyone. At least, why not look at this man and appreciate that he did not expect anything? So when we are seeing something, we should also analyze and also take what is the right lesson out of it. Not that I should not help anyone. Just because one person did not say thank you, I stop helping everyone. I remove my fragrance of the loving attitude. Why should I destroy my loving attitude just because of one person or few people? So sangam tyaktva, giving up the clinging attachment. I means I by myself am not complete. I want that thank you to be complete. What a tragedy. And then siddhya siddhyoho samo bhutva. Samo bhutva means remaining unconcerned. Unconcerned regarding what? Siddhi or asiddhi. Siddhi, success. Asiddhi, failure. In success and failure, samo bhutva. Indifferent to success, indifferent to failure. Not very excited when success comes, and not lose all enthusiasm when I see failure. So never hit the ceiling, never be so excited when success comes. So always maintain balance. Indifferent to success and failure, especially indifferent to success. Because in success is very difficult to maintain the balance. And also, if you start thinking, what is success and what is failure? Who decides? Imagine if I win by cheating, winning by cheating, and nobody saw it. I think nobody saw. And then everybody praises. But I know I cheated. When everybody is praising, will I be able to enjoy? Because so many people were there, somebody would have seen it. So I can't really enjoy the praises because I know I cheated. See, the light of consciousness is illuminating all my experiences, right or wrong. So I am conscious of my winning by cheating. Others need not be conscious. But I'm afraid, did somebody see? Did somebody see? And when somebody is staring at me or looking at me, I start becoming nervous. Maybe he saw it. Maybe he knows. I can't enjoy even the praises of others. See that? So winning or losing is in your conscience. At that time, instead of just saying, I caught, because when I caught the ball, my hand, the ball actually touched the ground before I picked it up. Nobody saw. They thought I caught the ball in cricket. And umpire also said out, also raised his hand out. Now all are happy. At that time, if I had said, no, the ball first touched the ground and then only I caught, your own team will criticize you. Imagine that. Why did you tell? The empire did not saw, and he did not see it. Why should you come? Very rarely you catch. And then what you catch also, you're saying, it touched the ground. Foolish fellow. Your team will criticize you. What do you say? Next time I'll catch. See that? But I want to do the right thing. Siddhya siddhyoho samo bhutva. Meaning, no ragadvesha, no likes and dislikes, unconcerned regarding success and failure. So, siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva, samatvam, sameness, evenness, samatvam yoga uchyate. Here is the definition of yoga. What is yoga? Lord Krishna's definition. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Evenness of mind. Evenness of mind is called yoga. Evenness of mind in success and in failure. Balanced mind. Mind balanced in all situations. No situation can topple you. Therefore, all situations are under your control. This is the glory of a realized person. He is sama buddhi. When next year we'll be seeing the glories of the person of perfection. There in verse 64, ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyais charan atmavashyaihi vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. This we will see next year, not now. Yeah? But I can give just an example how without likes and dislikes the realized person walks. How balanced, with the balance, how the realized person walks. Example, like a father and mother. Like a father and mother walking. Balanced. Where? In toys shop. In the toys shop, mother and father, very balanced. Samatvam. Whereas their only child, hyper, excited. I want this, I want that, I want that toy, this toy, that toy. Child is excited. Imbalanced. In toy shop. Father and mother, balanced. Now, next shop. Father and son, balanced. Father and son, both totally in balance. Where? In sari shop. In the sari shop, mother is excited. And not only excited, she starts screaming, ayo, ayo, dirt cheap, dirt cheap. That word dirt cheap comes as though dirt is cheap. You try buying dirt, you'll know. Dirt cheap. Mother starts screaming. Whereas father and son, unaffected, balanced. And then if you see in the electronic shop, father is frantically looking. Nowadays, son also, children also into. And mother, sthita prajna, balanced. Mother is not at all excited. And she says, the box is nice. The box is nice. And the shopkeeper says, ma'am, you can take 2 boxes. Because he thought if I give the boxes, they will buy. See that? Box is very nice. That is mother. See that? So, like a father and mother in toy shop. A realized person is like the father and mother in toy shop. Like the father and son in sari shop. I remember my olden days, my parents used to take me to the sari shop. Because some Deepavali, you have to buy saris. They buy, ayya, you have to sit down for hours because they're selecting the saris. And I enjoy going because you get Coca-Cola, samosa, because the shopkeeper, to keep us entertained, he gives Coca-Cola, and then some storybooks also they keep. So just to enjoy Coca-Cola and samosa, I go for. And here, then now and then I look at them, they say that sari, top sari, they ask that one, top one, and the man, and he has to open completely. How many saris he has to open, and who will fold it? What a pathetic job. But that is what. So, like a father and son in sari shop. Then, like the mother in the electronic shop. No ragadvesha. Now, if that person doesn't, the box is there, but if he doesn't give, she doesn't care. He's not that much interested. Whereas father and son, father especially, frantically looking. So, samatvam yoga uchyate. Come back to the verse. Yogastah kuru karmani. Yogastah san kuru karmani. Sangam tyaktva, hey Dhananjaya. Give up this attachment of selfishness and selfish desires. Don't be selfish. Don't entertain selfish desires. Siddhya siddhyoho samo bhutva. Siddhi and asiddhi. Success and failure. Samo bhutva. Evenness. Balanced. Samatvam yoga uchyate. This evenness of mind is called yoga. Mind balanced in all situations. Pain or pleasure, joy or sorrow, profit or loss, honor or dishonor, in all situations. Mind and intellect under your control. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Evenness of mind is called yoga. Therefore, yogastaha san kuru karmani. Established in yoga, established in buddhi yoga, fulfill your responsibilities. Kartavya karma. Because the buddhi yoga, the loving attitude, buddhi yoga, loving attitude in every action, that buddhi yoga destroys what? Karma bandham. Remember, we saw karma bandham prahasyasi, verse 39. Refer verse 39. Esha te abhita sankye buddhir yoge tu imam shrunu. Buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. Yaya buddhya yuktaha karma bandham prahasyasi. So buddhi yoga has the power to destroy the vicious cycle of selfish desires and selfish actions. Now, compared with this buddhi yoga, working with loving attitude, you're fulfilling all your responsibilities with loving attitude. Compared with this buddhi yoga, all other karmas, all other actions are far, far inferior. If this right attitude of loving attitude is not there, then all actions are mere convulsions of your muscles. That's all. Therefore, Lord says in verse 49, let's chant verse 49. Durena hyavaram karma.
Durena hyavaram karma.
Buddhi yogat dhananjaya.
Buddhi yogat dhananjaya.
Buddhau sharanam anvichcha.
Buddhau sharanam anvichcha.
Kripana phala hetavaha.
Kripana phala hetavaha.
So durena hi avaram karma buddhi yogat dhananjaya. Again he uses dhananjaya. Oh fire. Burn your kamya karma. Burn your selfish desire prompted activities. Burn them all. You're like the fire. The fire is the purifier. Hey Arjuna, you're Dhananjaya. You're like fire. And fire is purifier. Durena hi avaram karma buddhi yogat. Durena avaram means far, far inferior is karma, action, done with selfishness and selfish desires. Inferior to what? Buddhi yogat. Buddhi yogat avaram. So far, far inferior is actions done with selfishness and selfish desires. If you are doing in Buddhi Yoga spirit, then that is the highest. So without this attitude of Buddhi Yoga, karma becomes only karma. That's what I remember Tamil people. They hit their head, karma. It's a tragedy, karma. With the Buddhi Yoga, it's a fragrance. Your actions spread the fragrance. And such actions, if others see it, and if it becomes a contagion, that is the best contagion. Spread the cheer of Buddhi Yoga. Or should say, how that person, I should work like him. I should have the same enthusiasm. Utsaha. Gurudev's name is Utsaha Vardhakaya Namaha. When he comes, how much Utsaha. It's all like Utsava it became. It was like a festival. Wherever he went, it was like a festival. So much of enthusiasm. So without this attitude of Buddhi Yoga, then any action is far, far inferior. Mere action it is. And mere action or karma is a terrible roga. It's a roga. Without Buddhi Yoga, the action becomes, the karma is a roga. Roga means disease. Terrible disease. So mere action, karma is a terrible roga, disease. Get out of this disease. What's the medicine? Only Buddhi Yoga. So durena hi avaram karma Buddhi Yogat he Dhananjaya. He Dhananjaya, far, far inferior are karmas, actions done with the selfishness and selfish desires. Therefore, Buddhau Sharanam Anvichya. Therefore, seek refuge. Where? In Buddhi Yoga. Take shelter under the spirit of Buddhi Yoga. Offer your talents in the attitude of Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga attitude, the attitude of seva or duty. Even if you do it as duty, it is great. Even without love, if you do your duty, this is my duty, I got to do it, and you do it. Imagine if all fulfill their duties, all do their duties, then what is the need of service organizations? Think. All are doing their duties. And what does service organization do? Because all are doing, they are fulfilling their responsibilities. That's what Gurudev in the very first day. If all are doing their duties, life moves in a rhythm. There only the peace and prosperity. And Lord says very sadly, so sad, he says, Kripanaha phalahetava. Kripanaha. Kripanaha, they are despicable. Despicable are those whose motives are based on the fruits of action. Those are looking only for the fruits. They are kripanaha. Phala hetava. Phala hetava means phalam eva hetuhu. Only fruit, only the fruits of action is their motive. What will I get? What will I get? What's in it for me? Pathetic. Such people are called kripanaha. Pitiable, pathetic, despicable. Pitiful miser. Such people are miser. Because they have the God-given talent, all the gifts of God-given talent. It's a talent as a gift. Imagine if somebody gives you a gift and you start selling it. Imagine that. If I got, now you give me a gift and I sell it to somebody and you saw me selling, what will you do? Think. So God's gift is our talent and I'm selling it selfishly. Think. Miser, miser. I like the Hindi word for miser. In Hindi, miser means not just kanjus. Kanjus is a very decent word, kanjus. There's a word called makhi choose. Makhi choose means, makhi means fly. Choose means sucker. Fly sucker. Imagine a miser. One day suddenly a desire to drink hot milk. Hot milk he wanted to drink with the jalebi. So he brought the hot milk and then he kept the hot milk on the counter and went to get the jalebi. When he went to get the jalebi, what did he see when he come back? He saw one fly upside down floating in Shavasana. Now when he saw the fly in the milk, hot milk, dead. What will you do? You throw away the milk somewhere. Miser. He saw the fly. You may think that he'll take a spoon, scoop the fly with the spoon of milk and then throw it off. No. Miser. Remember, miser. So he slowly he holds one wing of the fly. Then he looks at the fly and the fly has few drops of milk on the feet and the other wing. So he takes the milk cup and shakes the fly in that. And then he looks, still he sees some drops. He can't keep it. So sucks that. Yeah, if you see this terrible fly sucker. So whenever that miserly quality comes, miserly thought comes, remember this, makhi choose. So you will never be miser. And you also might have seen in the offices and all, a person will be sitting outside the office of the boss. He'll be sitting on a stool, he'll be sitting. And the boss is inside. There's a foyer also, and next inside will be the boss. And this will all be sitting outside. Without him, you can't go in. He's the assistant of the boss. And anybody going there, he will ask for money. Not today he was, but people became very famous. He has to he'll put his hand. That's all he'll put. When somebody comes and asks anything they ask, he'll put his hand out without even opening his eyes. And the one man comes, is boss inside? And then he has to put some money. Then he can. And then without even opening the eyes, he says, and that person should understand the boss is inside. And then again the boss asks, can I see him? Again he has to put money. And then he goes inside to ask. And then he comes back and sits down and you are waiting. What? Again. So again you have to keep some money. He said he will see you. Imagine this. So pathetic, so kripanaha. Very pathetic, pitiful, unfortunate are such people. And when you are working only for profits, profit motive, pursuit for profit, what happens to your relationships? All relations break off. They break down. All relationships damaged. Because you don't have time for relations. No time. No time for relations and no time for friends. Real friends. Ruthlessly pursuing. Ruthless pursuit for profits. And what many enemies are created. You may get a lot of material success, but in that material success, what happens? You will get many fake friends, false friends. You get fake friends, but greater number of real, true enemies. Not fake enemies, true enemies. So unfortunately, friends will be fake and enemies are true. So better to believe enemies in that situation. See that? Pathetic life. Best example of doing Buddhi Yoga or doing in Karma Yoga spirit, in the loving attitude spirit. What's the best example? If you are now, especially with the Swachha Bharat and all, Ganga is so beautiful, so clean. Taking bath in the Ganga river is the best example. If one is only knowing Mother Ganga is only a river, a flow of river, he also enjoys the bath in the river. And naturally his body gets cleansed, will be cleansed. But imagine if a person with the knowledge of the glory of Mother Ganga, if he dips with the feeling of Ganga Maya, my Mother Ganga flowing from the auspicious matted locks of Jagadishwara, flowing from the peaks of Himalayas, the abode of Jagadishwara. And while dipping or taking the bath in the Ganga, singing also. Singing, not movie song. Hiya. Singing what? Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange Tribhuvanatarini Tarala Tarange Shankara Mauli Viharini Vimale Mama Matirastam Tava Pada Kamale. Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange. Salutations to you, O my Mother Ganga, O goddess of the Devas, O glorious Mother, Tribhuvana Tarini. O Mother, you liberate us from the three worlds, the waking world, the dream world, and the deep sleep world. Because we are only shuttling in these three worlds, not going beyond waking or dream or deep sleep. Or dream or deep sleep, or waking. So waking, dream, deep sleep, thus shuttling constantly in these three states, three worlds. Please liberate us from this shuttling, take us to the destination. O Mother, you liberate us from the three worlds of waking, dream, and deep sleep. Tarala Tarange, Tribhuvana Tarini Tarala Tarange. Your blissful waves, with your blissful waves of Jnana and Bhakti, take us across these three worlds. Liberate us from these three worlds of waking, dream, and deep sleep. O Mother, you liberate us from the three worlds of the waking, dream, and deep sleep with your blissful waves of Jnana and Bhakti, knowledge and devotion. Shankara Mauli Viharini Vimale. O Mother, you are immaculate. You are purity itself. And you are residing and reveling and flowing from the auspicious matted locks of Shankara. Shankara, the auspicious one. Mama mati rastam tava pada kamale. Mama matihi astam tava pada kamale. May I always be devoted to your lotus feet. Now, with this attitude, when somebody is taking a dip, even a dip in Ganga, or taking a bath in Ganga river, Mother Ganga, not only physically cleansed, but also emotionally purified. The emotional purification, greater, extra blessing. Not only the like other man who did it, the physically cleansed. I also physically cleansed, but mind and intellect also purified. So too, mere karma may be good exercise for the body, but with buddhi yoga attitude, not only good exercise for the body, but also purification of mind and intellect. Mind and intellect gets purified. And when the mind and intellect is purified, then you have the inclination to contemplate and meditate upon the true nature. That is the glory of purification. Because today, if I don't feel like doing meditation, why? You should understand, mind and intellect is not pure. Isn't it? You see the children, they are not able to sleep. Hyper. They can't sleep. Now, what do? If you tire them very much. The whole evening they played, especially tennis or basketball or volleyball or something. They played so much. They're so tired. And dinner time itself, you could give very good dinner because the dinner is so good. They enjoy it and they're so, and then give a warm milk. Then you need not even say, go to bed, go to bed. They will automatically gravitate to bed. So too, when I am doing in Buddhi Yoga spirit, the mind gets so purified. You feel like contemplating. You feel like meditating. You want to abide in that knowledge, whatever you have received. That's the glory of a purified mind. Now, conclusively, Lord says in verse 50, let's chant verse 50. Buddhi yukto jahatiha.
Buddhi yukto jahatiha.
Ubhe sukruta dushkrute.
Ubhe sukruta dushkrute.
Tasmat yogaya yujyasva.
Tasmad yogaya yujyasva.
Yoga karmasu kaushalam.
Yoga karmasu kaushalam.
Conclusively, Lord says, Buddhi yuktaha. Buddhi yukto. Buddhi yuktaha means equipped. Equipped with what? Equipped with the inheritance of Buddhi Yoga. Because you have been performing that and you inherit the glory of Buddhi Yoga. Blessings of Buddhi Yoga. Equipped with the blessings of Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yuktaha. Now, here extra you should understand. Here Buddhi Yuktaha, because Buddhi Yuktaha, and then he says karma kaushalam, because that comes here. So here Buddhi Yuktaha means Sankhya Buddhi Yuktaha also. Both. So Yoga Buddhi and Sankhya Buddhi. Sankhya Buddhi means blessed with Atma Jnana. Not only blessed with Buddhi Yoga, blessings of Buddhi Yoga, but also the blessings of Atma Jnana, Sankhya Buddhi. So Yoga Buddhi and Karma Buddhi. I'm sorry, Yoga Buddhi and Sankhya Buddhi. So both the Buddhis are included here. Buddhi Yuktaha means united with Sankhya Buddhi because he had the Yoga Buddhi. So Buddhi Yuktaha Iha. Iha means while living here in this world. Buddhi Yuktaha hi Jahati. Jahati Iha. Living in this world itself, he gives up. He casts off. He gives up. Jahati Iha. Casts off means rising above. Rising above what? Ubhe, both. Rising above both. What? Sukruta and Dushkruta. Sukruta means well done, virtue. Dushkruta, not good, not nicely done. Dushkruta, virtue or vice. Papa and Punya and Papa. That's what we generally say. Punya karma or Papa karma. Now understand carefully. This Punya and Papa karma is only for the selfish people, Kamya karmis. Those who are doing only Kamya karma, for them alone Papa Punya. Not for a person who is doing in the Buddhi Yoga spirit. When I am doing in Buddhi Yoga spirit, no Papa Punya. Because the motive is such. You cannot think of evil. Evil is live opposite. When you live opposite, it's called evil. How, Swamiji? L-I-V-E. Opposite, E-V-I-L. E-V-I-L. Opposite, evil. L-I-V-E. E-V-I-L. These karma yogis, they live working in Buddhi Yoga spirit. They cast off, they rise above Sukruta and Dishkruta. So this action has got to be done and they lovingly do it. Now when there is no motive of selfishness, there are no selfish desires. No selfishness, therefore no selfish desires. Not tainted by selfishness. Not tainted by selfish desires. Therefore, not tainted by any action of Papa or Punya. Sin or merit. Sin or merit cannot touch them. There is no good fruit or bad fruit. There is no good fruit or bad fruit. There is no good result or bad result. These Papa karma and Punya karma, these karmas, Papa and Punya, are mere fabrications of Kamya karmis. These Kamya karmis, they fabricate it. Only for Kamya karmis, Papa and Punya. Not for Karma yogis or Buddhi yogis. Because there is no selfish desire prompted activities. They perform everything in the glorious attitude of Buddhi Yoga. And this glorious attitude of Buddhi Yoga purifies every action and then makes us attain Sankhya Buddhi. Sankhya Buddhi means Atma Jnana, self-knowledge. I as I. When you are established in I as I, no Punya, no Papa, no Sukruta, no Dushkruta, Ubhe Jahati. Gives up, casts off, rises above virtue and vice. How? Buddhi Yuktaha. So here Buddhi Yuktaha, Sankhya Buddhi Yuktaha. If Sankhya Buddhi Yuktaha means it is implied that he had already inherited all the fragrance of Buddhi Yoga. So Buddhi Yukto Jahatiha Ubhe Sukruta Dushkrute. Tasmat. Therefore, see how every time Krishna uses therefore, Tasmat Yogaya Yujyasva. Therefore, yoke yourself to this glorious Buddhi Yoga, which will lead you to Sankhya Yoga, which will make you attain Atmajnana. So therefore, yoke yourself to this Buddhi Yoga, this glorious Buddhi Yoga. And then if you ask, okay, Swamiji, I will yoke, what will I get? Moment you think, what will I get? If this thought comes, what will I get? What's in it for me? Then understand. Connection cut. What connection? Connection to Buddhi Yoga cut. No connection. Moment the thought comes, what's in it for me? Remember, connection cut from Buddhi Yoga. Now, how will I know that I'm progressing on this spiritual path? How will I know that I'm going in Buddhi Yoga spirit? How do I know that I'm walking in Buddhi Yoga? The attitude of loving action. How do I know that I'm walking? How am I doing? How am I doing, Swamiji, in Buddhi Yoga? Now, if you ask me, how can I tell? Ayyo, Swamiji, you don't know? You have to ask yourself, how am I doing in Buddhi Yoga spirit? How can I ask myself? How can I ask myself? Checklist. Observe, review. How am I performing my actions? With what attitude I am doing my kartavya karma? What is the attitude behind? What is my attitude in fulfilling my responsibilities? That's what I have to keep. Be alert and vigilant to watch what is my attitude while I am fulfilling my responsibilities. And when the result comes, again check, what is my reaction? I did so much, and what did I get? This much only I got. This for 4 days I gave a yajna. What, this much only Gurudakshina? If I start thinking, that doesn't mean you should not give Gurudakshina. I should not think. So that's why each one has to analyze. I should not. I should really thank you for these 4 days. How much you have inspired my mind and intellect. My mind and intellect is constantly focusing on this. By your grace. If you have not gathered here, if you are not there, only 1 or 2 are there. Not even one screen. Me and the organizers. Poor organizers, because they have to organize, they have to be. Now I have to talk only to the organizers. What will I do? I will give essence of Buddhi Yoga. That's all. Because they need only essence. Why should they suffer? They are organizing for majority to come. And if only for organizers are there, what to do? I said, today you'll do first day, and today is the last day. And you give Gurudakshina. What? Organize. They have to organize also, and they have to give Gurudakshina also. Ayya. Next time they'll say, Swamiji, this year I'm going out of town. Why? I don't want to organize, because I will be the only person attending, and I only have to give the Gurudakshina. Miserable. This Swami, useless. See that? When results come, what is my reaction? Not to lose the evenness of mind. Not to lose evenness of mind is the key. Swamiji, not to lose evenness. Oh, that's too much to ask. I lose my mind very soon. But even if I lose evenness of mind, how quickly I regain it. How quickly I regain the evenness of mind. That is the key. How fast we can gain the evenness of mind when we lose. Sometimes it may take months to regain the evenness because the situation was such. Sometimes weeks, sometimes days, sometimes few hours. And sometimes we feel, so what? That is the best. When anything happens, so what? I did in Karma Yoga spirit. I did with Buddhi Yoga spirit. With the attitude of Buddhi Yoga, I did. And if such a result comes, so what? That is the best. Then you got it. So, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. And here, another definition. Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. Kaushalam. Another definition of yoga. Skill in action is yoga. Dexterity in action is yoga. Skillfully doing is yoga. Earlier, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Evenness of mind is yoga. Evenness of in success and failure. Balanced mind. Here, skillfully doing. Dexterously doing. Skillfully doing your action. So skill in action is yoga. Dexterity in action is yoga. Now, skill in action should not be misunderstood. Because yoga, karmasu, kaushalam, dexterity or skill is yoga. But dexterity or skill should not be understood, should not be misunderstood. You should understand correctly. What is skill according to Buddhi Yoga? Because in scriptures, when they are using, don't go by the dictionary meaning. Gurudev, because we heard first from Gurudev, he initiated us into thinking right. How I should see the scripture. How I should view and review the scripture. So what is skill? Kushalata, according to Buddhi Yoga. Because skill can be anything. Even a pickpocketeer does pickpocketing very skillfully. You don't even know. Some people, moment they touch you, your watch gone, your purse gone, everything gone. You did not even know it. And then because he did it so skillfully, and there's nothing in the purse, and the watch also is not working, useless watch, and he comes and tells, my dear friend, did you know what happened? What happened? What happened? Look at your hand, watch. What happened to your watch? Watch. Hey, what happened to my watch? Here, take it. And what happened to your purse? What happened to my purse? Here, take it. Nothing in it anyway. So skillful they are. Can you say that pickpocketeer is a karma yogi, buddhi yogi, just because he skillfully does? There's a nice story also. Once Mr. Pickpocket and Miss Pickpocket, both, they met. Long time. And then what happened? Love at first sight. And they planned to marry because they knew each other's profession. So they planned to marry because they thought, if we marry, what will be our offspring? He will excel both of us because we can train him from infant age onwards. Training we can give. So they married and a baby boy was born. When the baby boy was born, both the parents, Mr. and Mrs. Pickpocket, they were totally disappointed. Very sad, totally disappointed when the son was born. Why? Because the baby's fist is not opening. Fist is tightly closed, very tightly closed. It's not opening. Now, what will they do? The parents thought, if his fist is so tightly closed, how will he pickpocket? So they were disappointed totally. So they said, what, our plan didn't work out? And one day, the baby opened the fist, opened the palm. When the mother saw it, she screamed at the father, come here. And what? In the palm, was the gold ring of the midwife. The midwife who delivered him, he had snatched the ring from her finger while she was delivering him. Imagine, can you declare that this baby is a born yogi? Hayya. Yogi in pickpocketing. So therefore understand, yoga karmasu kaushalam should be understood properly. Mere efficiency is not buddhi yoga. Efficiency along with the glorious attitude, the loving attitude of seva becomes karma yoga. Imagine how the electricians, especially those who are working with the electric power, the electricians, they equip themselves with the protective gear, with especially high voltage. They wear the protective gear while working with the power. So too, we must equip ourselves with the protective gear of buddhi yoga, working without selfishness and selfish desires. Then, yoga karma sukaushalam. Remember Gurudev's glorious teaching. Do your duty. Do your duty without ego and egocentric desires. By fulfilling our responsibilities without selfishness and selfish desires. What happens? When I'm working in the world without selfishness and selfish desires, my existing vasanas will get exhausted. Meaning, existing selfishness will get eliminated. And also, no new selfishness, selfish vasanas will accumulate because I'm working without selfishness and selfish desires. Then the blessing is the pressure of vasanas, the pressure of selfishness on mind and intellect reduces. No more the pressure of selfishness on my mind and intellect. Therefore, the attention of mind and intellect, the potential attention of mind and intellect is available. Available for contemplation, meditation. And through contemplation, meditation, I get to discover my own true nature. I realize I am I as I. No more the so-and-so. I realize I as I. Self as self. The sakshi. The witness. Thereafter, I'll be witnessing all the activities of BMI in OET. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, thinking, blinking, with winking. I'm a sakshi. So buddhi yoga attitude is the greatest. Imagine there's some somebody calculate how you can say greatest, because buddhi yoga attitude, the attitude gives 100%. Imagine A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 3, D is equal to 4, like that you go, and then Z 26. Now calculate knowledge. When you calculate knowledge, it comes to 96%. Knowledge, 96%. When you calculate in that. Then hard work, 98%. Hard work. And now you know, attitude will be 100%. Only by the attitude, the right attitude, the karma yoga attitude, 100%. So knowledge is great, but 96%. Hard work greater, 98%. And attitude, the greatest, 100%. Tasmat buddhi yoga. Therefore, buddhi yoga attitude is the greatest. Next verse. Verse 51. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi.
Karmajam buddhi hi.
Phalam tyaktva manishinah.
Phalam tyaktva manishinaha.
Janma bandha vinirmuktaha.
Janma bandha vinirmuktaha.
Padam gacchantya-namayam.
Padam gacchantya-namayam.
Now, observe this verse very carefully. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi phalam tyaktva manishinaha. Buddhi yukta. This word buddhi yukta goes with manishinaha. Buddhi yukta means those who are empowered with buddhi, the buddhi yoga. And manishinaha means the wise, the great thinkers. Thinkers, the wise thinkers, they're called manishinaha. So the wise who are empowered with this buddhi. So karmajam, so the buddhi yukta goes with manishinaha. And karmajam goes with phalam. Karmajam phalam. Buddhi yukta manishinaha. So buddhi yukta manishinaha karmajam phalam tyaktva. Is manishinaha, the wise. So they're empowered with the buddhi. When you say manishinaha, what does it mean? I'll explain. So buddhi yukta, empowered with the buddhi, they karmajam phalam tyaktva, abandoning the fruits of action. So buddhi yukta manishinaha. So buddhi yukta means, here we should understand, buddhi yukta is both the buddhi yukta, both the buddhis. What both the buddhis means? Sankhya buddhi means atma jnana. That's because he already got yoga buddhi, the buddhi yoga. Because of buddhi yoga, he has got sankhya buddhi, atma jnana. So those who have both these buddhis, yoga buddhi and sankhya buddhi, they are called manishinaha, the wise. So they equip first with karma yoga, the buddhi yoga. Because of when the buddhi yoga becomes to the peak, automatically sankhya yoga dawns, reveals. Sankhya means reveals very well. They get to choose. Yame vaisha vrunate tena labhyaha. They choose that I as I, and they are blessed with it. So with the yoga buddhi, means karma yoga, they purified their heart. And with sankhya buddhi, they discovered and realized their true self, true nature, I as I. So buddhi yukta manishinaha, the wise who are empowered with this buddhi, both sankhya buddhi, yoga buddhi and sankhya buddhi. Karmajam phalam tyaktva, abandoning the fruits of action. Abandoning, not throwing away the fruits of action. When the paycheck comes, you don't throw it away. That is not. Rising above the cravings of the fruits of action. Fruits come automatically because they are the reaction of your action. So the fruits do not affect their minds. They are balanced. They will never calculate their life by thinking, what did I get? What did I get? Never calculate like that. And you also remember, if someone asks you, hey, you have been going to Chinmaya mission for so many years. What did you get? How many years you went? Oh, more than 10 years. What did you get? So you should say, what you should say? I did not get what you are thinking. I did not get what you are thinking. What do you mean? Meaning, I am not thinking, what did I get? And that thought never came, what did I get? That's a glorious, only if you understand. So this, what did I get? What's in it for me? These thoughts will never come thereafter. Janma bandha vinirmuktaha. Vinirmuktaha, totally free. Free from what? The fetters of birth. Janma eva bandha. Janma bandha. Birth itself is bondage. If you see how the sequence of action, we do action, karma, because of desire, kama. So our actions, karmas, are because of our desires, kamas. And desire, the kama, is because of ignorance, avidya. Because of avidya, the kama. So we do action, karma, because of desire. And desire, kama, is because of ignorance. Now, ignorance is because of what? Ignorance, avidya, is because of ignorance, avidya. It's very peculiar. Ignorance, avidya, is because of ignorance, avidya. Now, if you translate avidya as ignorance, then you have to say ignorance is because of ignorance. But in Sanskrit, you can see a beauty. In Sanskrit, avidya. Avidya is called ignorance. Avidya means what? Avidya. A-knowledge. A-knowledge. So, avidya. Avidya means absence of vidya. Absence of knowledge. When I have the absence of knowledge of ISI, then all the tragedies. As so and so, I have to go through the joys and sorrows and the pains and the pleasures and the profits and the losses. All those I have to go through. So, avidya, absence of knowledge, absence of the knowledge of ISI. If I have the knowledge of ISI, free from all desires. ISI, you never had any desire till today, and you will never have. So, first, what do? The karma yogis, first they attack. They attack at the vasana level. First, they attack at the vasana level. With buddhi yoga, all the selfish tendencies are destroyed, burnt up. They attack selfishness first and selfish desires with buddhi yoga. And then equipped with purity of mind, purity of heart. With the purity of heart, they contemplate and meditate. They try to search for Atman, the searching, the quest for the self. With Sankhya Buddhi, Atma Jnana. And they become Vinirmuktaha, free, totally free, liberated, Janma, Bandha, Vinirmuktaha, free from the fetters of birth. Then what happens to them? Padam Gacchanti Anamayam. Anamayam Padam Gacchanti. They go to that state which is beyond all evil. Meaning they attain Atma Swarupa, ISI. Thereafter, no more going, no more coming. No gamana. Free from disease. Anamayam, Niramayam. Anamayam Padam Gacchanti. ISI, always at ease. But ISO and so, dis-ease. So they realize ISI and Anamayam Padam Gacchanti. Gacchanti means going. Here going means knowing. Going is knowing. Goes means knows. Knows what? Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta Swarupa. They realize their nature is ever free, ever awakened, ever free. That realization dawns. So buddhi yuktaha janaha manishinaha bhutva janma bandha vinirmuktaha anamayam padam gacchanti. Jivantaha eva. Even while living in the body itself, while living in the BMI, they become mukta. Janma bandha vinirmuktaha means jivan muktaha ityartha. They are jivan mukta, liberated while living. So buddhi yuktaha janaha meaning those who are empowered with buddhi. Buddhi yuktaha. We should understand both the buddhis here, Sankhya buddhi and Yoga buddhi. So those who have both the buddhis, they are called manishinaha. With the Yoga buddhi, Karma Yoga, they purified themselves. And with Sankhya buddhi, they awakened to their own true nature. So buddhi yukta manishinaha, those who are empowered with buddhi yoga, janma bandha vinirmuktaha, free, totally free from the fetters of birth. So that is the glory. Now next you may ask, Swamiji, when can I get this? When can I get this yoga buddhi? When can I get this Sankhya buddhi? And how will I know that I got it? Swamiji, will you give a certificate after the yajna? Will you send us a certificate? Mail the certificate? What? This is to certify that Mr. So-and-so has got yoga buddhi and Sankhya buddhi. Will you give a certificate? If I ask you, will you yourself give yourself a certificate by examining your standard of life? Standard of life, not standard of living. By examining your standard of life, if you can give, then great. You can give yourself. Why others should give you? Isn't it? So next class, you will see, when can I know? When can I get this buddhi, yoga buddhi, that buddhi yoga? When can I know that I got it? And how will I know that I got it? Next class.
Please do namaskaram to the Arati.